This kind of abundance wants to be with you. Mother Nature has created it, and it is ripe for the picking for you, and you can hold it. You can hold that much wealth. You can hold that much abundance. But the cool thing about this is that it very much aligns with the season, with Samhain. This spirit animal workshop that I have is going to be so rad. It is happening on October 29th, right in the area of Halloween or All Hallows and Samhain, which is the pagan holiday. So we're taking advantage of the energies of the veil thinning. And boy, have I had clients and students lately dealing with what's being dusted up as the veil is thin. I've never actually taught a full workshop this way, giving the strategies of the way I've been using spirit animals for myself and my clients. We have how animals are making appearances for us. And that could be repetitive, or it could be in odd places, or doing something that it just catches your attention for whatever reason. Or you can actually turn to an animal in your, if it's in the wild, or one of your own animals, one of your animal family members, and you can spend some time with them, pay attention to them, and you will be able to divine a message from them. And I'll contextualize it for you so that you feel like how you can use that as a skill. I'll give you an example of how when they show up in an unusual way. I was teaching at my home studio, and I have these windows that are in front of me that I'm facing. The camera's facing me this way, and they're facing that way. And I was teaching about abundance. I was talking about abundance, and then caught my eye, which I was looking at the screen, but this squirrel caught my eye, jumped right in my view, right on the wall. So here's the camera, and the squirrel jumps right here. And he has an avocado in his mouth, and he's like, "Ah." And it's so heavy, he drops it a couple of times. And then he stumbles off with it. And, an avocado is actually a nut, and squirrels eat nuts. But he had the biggest, fattest nut to where it was so much, he had to gain new skills to be able to support it. I'm like, that's abundance. And that squirrel showed up for us to be able to connect with, this is what is offered to you. It wants to be with you. This kind of abundance wants to be with you. Mother Nature has created it, and it is ripe for the picking for you, and you can hold it. You can hold that much wealth. You can hold that much abundance. So that was a really stunning example of how animals are appearing and how is this happening. This isn't just some woo-woo thing. Animals are open vessels for divine, because animals don't have this human brain that is getting all mixed up with languages and limiting thoughts. They have the mammalian brain, which we share with them, which is emotional and which is relational, and they are close to the frequency of the earth, and they naturally fall into ecology, ecosystem, where this is a sea of energy and everything feeds the other. Do you know how they say that squirrels lose 80%, talking about squirrels lose 80% of the nuts that they hide, because they take them and they hide them everywhere so they can get them later? They lose 80% of them. But that's how forests are born, because of how they have planted all of those seeds. Ooh, I get chills every time I think about that. All of those acorns become mighty oaks, 80% of the ones that the squirrels are hiding. We'll also talk about how to give spirit animal readings. And there are ways that I actually look at the animals and what they're offering, whether it's the activity, their behavior, what they offer to nature, but also things like how their bodies are composed. And then I align that with what is called body syndromes. A body syndrome is basically when it's like parts therapy. When you have an illness or an injury in a certain part of your body, there is an energetic reason for it, and you can actually look at the organic link. Let's say if I have a pinched nerve in my shoulder, I have a pain in the neck, I'm bearing the weight. I'm bearing too much weight. I have a burden, the things that the shoulder would be talking about. So that's what body syndromes are. And we can actually bring that into how animals are appearing for us, either in the natural world or in spirit as messengers, as guardians. I also am going to teach something that I've never taught before, which is a spirit animal embodiment practice. I'm getting chills again. There are a lot of famous people who actually have done this, like Kobe Bryant did this. He didn't call it a spirit animal embodiment. I don't know if you know Kobe. I love Kobe, and it makes me sad every time I remember that he's gone. Kobe called himself Black Mamba, which is the name of a snake. And it was because he embodied these qualities of the black mamba snake to become a champion, to move. And he actually adopted that when there was this time when he was really low, maybe in some kind of depression state, and he adopted black mamba. And so I'm going to teach us how to, so this is a sneak peek. I hadn't said it in public yet. We're going to talk about how to do that. If you are a reader, if you are an intuitive, or you have the opportunity to then also take this workshop and join one of my sacred spheres, which I'm going to tell you about, and demonstrate a reading for me, and I will give you a certified spirit animal practitioner certification, if you like. I said it twice. But the cool thing about this is that it very much aligns with the season, with Samhain, with All Hallows. Whereas when you put on a Halloween costume, didn't you love doing that as a kid? Maybe you still do as an adult, and you felt like you wanted to behave like that, and it kicked up some different energy in you. We're going to do it in a deep and real practice. We're going to do it in a deep way. So that's what we are uncovering in the Spirit Animal Workshop.